Thank you, and thank you for joining us with another episode of the Carolina Otaku Podcast. I am Afro, and I'm here with.
Lexy.
Um, Thank you guys for joining. And I hope you guys have had, I guess, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, hope you guys had a good last 2 weeks. And in this episode, we are actually going to be going through a couple things, couple reviews on some things. If you follow the Instagram, you will know that I went to go see a movie this past weekend. RDC
Yes, y'all can
World.
stop asking me if I went to go see the movie because I didn't. It was him, not me.
People ask you that?
Yes. They're like, you want to go see the movie? Do you want me to come with you? How was it?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
like, that wasn't me. That was Chris. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah. I went by myself because I was just like, yeah, why not? I had to drive like a good 57 minutes, but it was worth it.
Yeah, drive into town because y'all know he lives in the country.
Surely did. It was worth it though. So just like how we start off any episode, Lexi, what have you been up to for the past 2 weeks, and what have you been playing?
Me, pretty much same old work. My boot camp is almost done. I think we got like 1 or 2 more classes and then we're officially done. And then I still need to take my Network Plus by the end of this week. Not this week, excuse me, but this month, actually, end of the month. As far as gaming wise, I've been playing Baldur's Gate. I was playing it all day today. Finally into like Act 3. No, people, it is not a romance simulation. Please don't send me messages and be like, I heard it was a romance simulator. All you'll do is romance characters in the game. There's more to the game than that. Okay.
Wait.
I got like 2 or 3 messages like in the last few days. It's just like, I heard it was a romance simulator. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? No, it's
might
not.
as well. It is, right?
It's not.
Based off the last podcast, you told me that you were,
Okay, just because you have romance options like you do in Dragon Age and like in Fallout and in Mass Effect, like there's okay, it's a part of the game experience.
Can you mod this game?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you can mod it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I know some dudes are having a fucking field day with this shit. Oh my God. If I know that you can mod, if you can mod this the way that you can mod Skyrim, oh my God, I know people are having a field day.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not that right now I don't think we have mods to that extent, but there are some nonsense safe for work mods. I don't have any in my game, but my character pretty much walks around with like barely in the clothes on anyway, so it's whatever. But it is more than a romance simulator. So don't come at me talking about it as a romance simulator. It's not. There's more to the game than that. You don't even have to really romance in the game. It's just part of the game. What else? I've been playing some Modern Warfare 3 beta. Finally got to play that because technically Saturday my internet line got cut, so I had no internet.
How was that?
Fucking boring.
Really?
Like, you don't realize how much you use your internet until it's gone. Yeah, because I had to use my hotspot on my work phone and my regular phone for internet in the house. And like, I was trying to conserve my data. So I literally just had like YouTube videos playing all day on like 480p and like,
How was the beta?
The what?
The testing, the joint, the game.
Oh, the game. Yeah. It was nice kind of going back and playing some of the maps because it was like, first I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then you kind of realize that you're playing, oh shit, I remember like doing this.
She said, wait, what? The what? The game. You just said it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Like, you just said the game. How was it?
Look, it's been a long day. Okay.
What was the big because I messaged you about this because I wanted to play it. But Lord and behold, what did I find out about this game? What was the
So
big
it's a
what's
PS5 exclusive for like the first few like days. Is only beta for PS5 and people like that. It is coming open beta, I think, later on this week. So if you want to play with me this weekend, we can play. But yeah.
y'all look, if y'all play this game, y'all better this is the last if you got a PS5, your days are coming to an end. Okay. We talked about this on the old podcast episode. Your days are coming to an end of this exclusive shit. All right. Microsoft already got you. Like I said, came in on table. Boom. You think Microsoft is going to oh yeah, let's give let's give PlayStation these exclusives to this game and this company that we own now.
Okay, you know
Wrong.
what's funny about that? Because before Activision got bought out by Microsoft, they had signed a contract with PlayStation to do like the exclusive shit for like I think
I remember that.
either like the next 4 to 6 years.
Yep.
So that's kind of now want to be like a oops, oh, my bad, we can't do that. Like I
Yep.
wonder how that's gonna play out, but yeah.
It I, I it won't. I think Microsoft's going to be like they're just going to throw a bag of money in their face and just be like, "Here, we're not sticking with this. We don't want. Look, here's the money. How much you want? How much? Have you have you seen this is have you seen that this isn't what we're going to talk about the RDC one, but have you seen the RDC joint when it was there was this big commotion about UPS like getting paid like 150,000.
I think that I saw like a clip of it. I didn't watch the
Yeah,
whole entire video, but yeah, I know what you're
dude's
talking
not
about.
even dressed up in a uniform, comes in in a Lamborghini Urus, and man is like, man, you messed up my grass. He was like, how much is that, man? For real? Here, I ain't gonna
Okay.
landscape or nothing. Like
But that's
they
also what happens in the video that we're gonna talk about a little bit.
he,
'Cause
Microsoft just gonna be like, look, whatever contract that you guys had before, I will say it was cool, but we own it now, so get the fuck on. Right? But it's coming down to the last days of this exclusive shit. Now, I'm not gonna say Microsoft is all in the right for this because Microsoft is really trying to buy everything because if you don't know, also, I don't know many details, but there's like lawsuits going on with Steam right now
yeah,
about
class action
like,
lawsuits.
yeah, right. But here's the thing that's weird, and I think Microsoft might be behind this. So, how can this doesn't make any sense when Steam has fucking sales on their games like every month? Every month. I think I saw something online and I read some comments and then I sat there and I did research and just looked at it. I was like, I wonder if Microsoft is like pushing this shit so Microsoft can get rid of Steam so they can just have everything. I
I don't think
mean,
so. I don't think the
every
two are
fucking
like
thing.
gonna cross paths like that.
But that's the only motherfuckers left. That's
We'll
it.
see. We will see. I don't think Val is gonna sell out to Microsoft, but you never know.
That's it.
You
Like
never
that's
know.
all that's all they need. They know they can't touch Nintendo, right? That's over that's through the woods over yonder and shit. They can never touch that. Hell no. That's on the pedestal by itself. But if Microsoft is like, dude, we already have Microsoft, we already have Xbox game on PC. Why don't we just get Steam? Might as well. I mean, shit, we in here, nigga. We got the money. Them motherfuckers just laughing their asses. We got the money. The money is here. I mean, where do we want to go with it? That they're the only ones left. That's it. They're not going to buy Sony. They can't buy Nintendo.
But then you gotta think
Valve.
about it too. Val really doesn't make that many games anymore. Like they're not necessarily in the
No, they're not.
software. They're not in the software game. They're more into like the platform game. Like that's where everybody goes to get their games. Is
Right,
Steam.
but when you think about this, all of the games that we play that are from the big companies, Microsoft owns most of those.
But then again, also you got to think about a lot of companies have been pulling their games out of Steam because of the cuts for their games being in the Steam store. So that's why you have so many, like Ubisoft has their own launcher, GTA or Grand Theft Auto. What I'm trying
Like
to say,
Ubisoft.
Rockstar. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rockstar. They have their own launcher.
But that's not
Freaking what's this? Like, EA has their own launcher. Like,
but that shit
yeah,
isn't convenient for like I mean, it's just another application that you have
it's
to
another
install.
application.
Yeah, but it's really not convenient. If I can go to Steam and I can just like have all that shit in one thing, that would be that's amazing. I would love that, but that's not the way shit works. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, this whole PS5 exclusive shit, you get it together. This is gonna be the last time, y'all. It's I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you got a
Look, I don't even
PS5,
care about that. All I want is a Black Ops 2 remake. That is all I freaking want. Y'all been doing Modern Warfare like 2, 3. Can I get a Black Ops remake? That's all I want. And I want it for zombies. That's it. That is
and
it.
what's gonna happen is Microsoft, Xbox, and PC are gonna get those fucking exclusives. This is what I can see Microsoft doing this shit. All right. Like everybody playing on people playing on PC and Xbox and shit. And they're like, oh shit. Nigga, we forgot about PlayStation. Fuck. Oh, look, we got y'all. We got y'all niggas. All right, so we just gonna put that shit up. Y'all can get that shit whenever y'all want to. Cool. You know, it's whatever. Sorry, we forgot about y'all. Y'all niggas got left in the dust. We do apologize with our sincerest consideration. I definitely apologize for that. I can see Microsoft being on some grimy shit like that for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I same as like I say, I haven't really been up to anything. I've been playing Mortal Kombat. Um, played the campaign, easy shit.
Want to tell the people what you bought?
What about? Oh, I bought a new mic. So
Not
Mike's
that. Your
what?
controller.
Oh, I didn't get it. I
Wow.
I didn't get it. Because I talked to you about it, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna get that shit. So I was like, I canceled it from the Best Buy. I had bowling league that night because I was gonna pick it up. I had to drive into town to Durham anyway, and I was gonna pick it up like when I was going to bowling, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna cancel this shit. Let me get my money back. Because then I looked at some more reviews and people were like, no. So I'll just stick with my arcade stick. But I'm honestly, I have the arcade stick, but I'm mostly playing Mortal Kombat on controller. Just because it does, and I'm using the directional pad. I'm not using the sticks. It's the
You
directional pad, which is
you should
crazy.
just got a controller. You should just got that
Uh,
one.
so been playing Mortal Kombat. Division 2 came out with their new season. So been playing that. They have a new incursion, which is pretty good. It's hard as fuck, but it's nice. Some new exotics and all that shit. There is a Division 3 coming out. Don't know when, probably a year from now, whatever, but a Division 3 is coming. The Metal Gear collection comes out the 28th of this month. So
Are you taking time off to play?
I might. I need the time. I'll go through all them shits in unison and literally in order. In order. If you guys don't know the Metal Gear storyline, I would recommend that you guys take a look at it. My favorite one, Snake Eater, is the first one that you will start with. That is Jack, aka Snake, when he is just young and just in the field. Like, that is the first game you play. That is the start of the whole Metal Gear storyline. If you want to start there, there you go. But yeah, Division 2, Mortal Kombat. That's about it. There, I saw some news about Ashes of Creation. I saw something about 2024. Um,
At this point, that game is never going to come out, and I don't
I
even
don't
like
know.
hold my breath on it anymore.
It looks fucking amazing. And I love the detail that they're putting into this and the work that they put into it. I just hope that it doesn't kick them in the ass or bite them in the foot, because I know it's a different way that people take in video games and then they just
Mhm.
regurgitate them back out. Like, if you don't have the content, like a prime example game, a game that we talked about, Diablo. Diablo right now, I hate to say this shit because I might get on sometimes, but Diablo right now, and a lot of shit goes based off of like Twitch and how many people are actually playing the game at a certain time.
Mhm.
Diablo is like being streamed by like a lot of people. There are some Diablo Twitch streamers that just play that game.
Yeah,
They're not
you can
playing
play
that
with
shit
any
anymore.
game.
Yeah. They're not playing that shit anymore like that. You know what I mean? It was really hot and it just splat. Yeah.
Like, I haven't touched a game in, like, God knows how long,
Yeah,
but yeah.
right. So hopefully they can pick that back up. But the way that people take in content now and actually like play it, it's crazy. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not the biggest fan of the whole like I like multiplayer online games, but that shit, nah. I'd rather play my stealth games. I can repeat them shits. I can do shit in different ways. And I
Mhm.
love those type of games. Baldur's Gate is a game, it's not online because I think they knew that
It is.
doing you can play with
It is.
others.
You can play with others, yes.
Okay, but it's not like a MMO type shit.
No.
Okay, yeah, the MMO shit or like I don't know. It's interesting to me. Like there are just some games that people just don't that were like really popular and people just don't touch them shits anymore.
I
Like,
think I
go ahead.
think with Diablo, it's a case of, yes, the game doesn't have as much content because, like, once you finish the end story, you can go back and do a seasonal character and yada yada yada, whatever, cool. But like, it also came out at a very bad time because, all
Yeah.
right, that came out in June. You
Mhm.
had Baldur's Gate in August,
Mhm.
and then Starfield came out in September.
Mhm.
So like at most you probably got players for like a month and some change before all these other games come out.
Right.
So like player base wise, you just picked a really rough time because all these other titles are coming out and you're gonna draw your attention. So especially for me, because I knew I was gonna play it that long, because I knew the other games were coming out that I wanted to
Right.
play anyways. And I've been playing those games. So like I may go back to Diablo like once I'm done with like my other games, but like it is what it is.
Yeah. It's just the way the shit goes. There are just some games that are just gonna carry on. Like this new Call of Duty coming out. You know that shit's gonna just go because people love that shit and it's just there.
I don't know. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday about it. I was like, I've played Modern Warfare 3. I don't want to buy like playing the betas. Like, nah, I'm not buying it like release day or any of that. Like, if I get it, it'll probably be like on sale or something because
Yeah.
it really not much has changed. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, you know. I
Yeah.
know they have a new
Understandable.
zombie mode. I do want to try out, but like, I'm not gonna buy it like full price. It'll be something like a Christmas sale or something before I
Right.
get it.
I kind of wonder if the way that games are going, if remakes are just gonna be like the bread and butter. You know what I mean? Like, I think this Metal Gear collection is going to like I
I
I could
mean,
be I
could
might I
be.
might be shooting myself in the foot, but I think this Metal Gear collection shit is actually going to be like a really big deal
I mean,
because
yeah, you have that fan base out. It
yeah,
has been wanting that. The difference between like
forever.
forever, right? And like Call of Duty, that is not that old. It's like
Yeah.
that you need a remake.
I'm out here
And
buying fucking
so right.
copies of PlayStation, or like the PlayStation version, the PS2 version. I got the NES versions, all that shit. Like I have just like a whole bunch of different, from different platforms of Metal Gear, and I'm just like, God, I really wish this was all in one place. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's great. Fuck, about time.
I mean, yeah. I think we're gonna see a lot of like remakes. Especially
Like,
like because at some companies bread and butter, like Atlas, for example, they're going back and remaking Persona 3. And now with that being said, they already had a remake of Persona 3 that was
mhm.
out and that I beat this summer. But like, why are you going back and remaking the game again instead of dropping like a new Persona? Like that point is annoying because you're just regurgitating content, not putting new content in.
Right.
You're just like, "Ooh, who got it in 4K? Come play it." Like,
You
come
know which
on.
one? What the Persona that I played was the one when it was like a fighting game. They made
I
a
don't know
fight.
which one that would be because they're all technically like
No, no,
they're
no.
not
Like it was.
fighting games,
It was
but
like
it probably would it's not 3 because 3 is the one where their powers that they shoot fake guns in their head and brings out their persona. Persona 4 was like the the midnight hour, which basically go into TVs and do that stuff. And then Persona 5
it
is
was
it might be
Persona
2.
4A. So Persona
Oh, you played the
Arena.
Arena 4.
That
I
shit
haven't
was
played that.
so fucking
I don't play
good.
any of the arenas. Like the only thing I played 3, 4, and 5, and then I played a little bit of Strikers and a little bit of the dance game that they have for PSP for 4.
Yeah, that shit. That shit was good. I'm not even gonna hold you. That shit was really good. I was like, oh my gosh, this shit is fucking amazing. They should redo that shit because that shit would be great. Um, but yeah, like I said, haven't been playing much. Just Division 2, Mortal Kombat, and waiting for Metal Gear to come out. So let's get into the review of Blue fucking Giant. Um, I will say this was made by the same company that made Slam Dunk. So if you saw that in the theaters, you probably know the animation and how great it is. I didn't see Slam Dunk, but I do know that it does have a certain fan base, for sure. Um, like I said, I've never heard of Blue Giant ever. I never read the manga or anything.
Mhm.
I saw commercials. I saw a dude playing the saxophone, and I was like, I
He
want
was
to
like,
see
"I'm
this
in
shit.
there."
Yeah, I want to see this shit. And it was only for yesterday, uh October 8th, and today, October 9th. And then next week it's showing in like Iowa somewhere. Um and
Okay.
it's only in selected theaters. So went there, wasn't I watched the preview, and then I was listening to the soundtrack like all last week. The
Mhm.
soundtrack was great, right? So now it's just like, okay, you hear this soundtrack, where are they actually going to put these songs within the movie? Um I'm not going to go through details and stuff like that because it is kind of new and it probably won't be out. I say for, I don't know, I give it like a month or so where other people can watch it if they didn't see it in theaters. But god damn, this movie was fucking great. This movie was
Give us
so
a plot
good.
summary. Tell us about the movie.
So I'm not good with names, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna go with this. There was this guy, this 18-year-old kid who was infatuated with the saxophone and jazz music, and he enjoyed the intensity and just the pressure that jazz gives you when you hear it live, and it does. Jazz, that's what jazz is supposed to do. You're supposed to feel that intense feeling, that pressure. It's supposed to give you a feeling of just like you just like it's not like, fucking somebody up, but it's like a very intense, calm, just like cool fucking vibe. You know what I mean? So when he enjoyed that, and the funny thing was he didn't have that much experience.
Hmm.
He had about 3 years underneath his belt of practice, but the motherfucker was practicing hard as fuck. Right? So he ends up going to Tokyo, leaving a small city where he grew up, goes into Tokyo, and he's just out, at a boardwalk playing the saxophone, trying to just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. He has a friend that's in Tokyo, ends up rooming with his friend. His friend is like in college and stuff like that.
Hmm.
He's trying to find jazz clubs and stuff in the area. He finds one jazz club that's empty. The lady is there. She's just serving drinks. And one of the big things that jazz in this whole movie, and even in life, this real real life, jazz is, I don't want to say it's dying, but it is fading.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of mix, it's a lot of fusion
Hmm.
of jazz, but it's not, there isn't like, nigga, this shit is fucking jazz. Like, it's not like, nigga, this shit is fucking jazz. Like, you know it when you hear it, you feel
Yeah.
it when you feel it, and it's just like it's there. Like, you feel that shit. If I listen to fucking Yusef Lateef or a goddamn Miles Davis or a John Coltrane, and if I'm listening to Giant Steps, or I'm listening to uh 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 I mean, Yusef Lateef played the fucking English horn, and he played the theme song to Spartacus that was like, it was so good. Like, it gives you a feeling. Or even like Ahmad Jamal, all
Hmm.
the way that jazz is used now was samples back in the 90s in hip hop.
Yeah.
And when it got to the 2000s, it kind of just simmered. And the thing is, it went to different countries. It wasn't in America. It actually did go to Japan. Jazz was already big in Japan in the 70s. Japanese jazz is a totally different rate, like a totally different thing compared to American jazz. But the Japanese jazz, they look at the American jazz and they're like, holy shit, that shit is amazing, because they know about these jazz artists and what they made. And they take that shit in Japan and just say, we need that sound. So he goes into this empty jazz place. It's raining outside, and the lady puts on a Sonny Liston record. I forgot what the record is. I should have took that note. But it's playing, and this kid is young. And she's like, if you want to hear jazz, here's a place that you should go check out. And then he's about to leave, and he was like, thank you for playing that record. It's always great to hear that when it's raining outside. And the lady looked at him like, and he left, and she was like, how the hell did he know I chose this record because of the weather? How did he know that this record gave me, when I listen to this record, I think of rain. I think of rain hitting the ground, a roof, and I hear this song when I think about that, or when I see that outside or hear that.
Yeah.
Crazy. So he goes to this jazz club and he sees this band is playing with guitars and stuff. Dudes have like electric guitars, and there's a piano player who's killing it. And he's like, oh man, this is really good. This is really good shit. But the person that he focused on was the piano player. And the
Okay.
piano player was, oh, this is weird. I had a dream about explaining this movie. So the piano player, I did. This is weird because that just made me think of like some deja vu shit, me just saying that. So um
So you know it was
when
meant to be.
when when the set was done with the band, he actually met with the piano player and he asked the piano player, you know, what do you know, I'm a person from this small town. I'm trying to get into, I want to be the best jazz player in the world. And the piano guy's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then he finds out, like, he asks him, he's like, I play first of all, the piano player knew that he played an instrument because of the calluses on his thumb.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing the saxophone, for a certain amount of time, you get these calluses. And he was like, what do you play? He was in the bathroom, right? Homie was taking a piss, and he came up beside him. He was like, whoa, that is big, right? And I swear to God, that's what he said. He's like, whoa, that is big. And he was like, it's not that big, right? And so the dude used the bathroom and he's washing his hands. And he was like, what do you play, alto or tenor? And the guy was like, oh shit, you're talking about the callus on my finger. He was like, he was like, yeah, what did you think I was talking about? You thought I was talking about your penis? I swear to
Wow.
God. Real good
Wow.
funny shit, right?
Okay.
And so he ends up talking to this piano kid, and the piano guy's like, what did you think about the band that I was playing with? And he was like, they're okay, but it's not like jazz. And he was like, yeah, they're shit. He was like, they're garbage. They're shit, right? So the piano dude, the saxophone guy's like, I want to make a band and I want you to be in it. Will you come and listen to me play? So he meets him at the jazz club, the first jazz club that he went to, and he starts, the saxophone player starts playing for him. And he felt that intense feeling when he was playing. He felt that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this piano player is like classically trained. So he knows technique and he writes music, right? I don't want to go through all the shit, like just the whole movie just going up and down and shit like that. Because like I said, it's not out yet. But anyway, they make a group, and the dude that he was living with, the guy that he was living with, who the saxophone player was crashing with, actually
Mm-hmm.
ends up, he didn't understand jazz, but it wasn't until he actually heard him play the saxophone that he actually felt that intense feeling that you get when you listen to it. And this motherfucker was in a soccer club in school and said, I want to play with you and learn how to play the fucking drums. The nigga learned how to play jazz fucking drums within
Okay.
like 6 months
The fuck?
and got actually really fucking good with it. Right? He got really good. The piano player was writing the music, and the piano player was kind of iffy about the drummer, but he was like, I have confidence in you that you can do it. And every time they would do a performance, the drummer would be like, how many mistakes did I make? And he was like, you made like 78. And that's the ones that I counted. And I asked him again, how many tonight? He was like, you made 24. Right. And it just kept on going lower and lower. And he was just getting good and good and good. But anyway,
Okay.
that's where I'm gonna stop explaining because it gets more detailed and stuff like that. But this movie was based off the preview. I was expecting something. I know I was expecting something good. The animation, the brightness of it, the way that they took people playing the animation, playing the instruments, and just giving that the brightness and the color of it was fucking amazing. It was great. It was, you guys got to understand this. I don't go to movie theaters like that. I don't go to the movies like that. So me going to see this movie, this shit better have been good. So when When I
Especially when you hyped it up on our Instagram, so it better
yeah,
be good.
it better be good because based off the preview, I was like, this has no choice but to be good because it just based off that preview. When if you saw the preview, the dude is playing his saxophone and it's a it's a it's an animation where the dude's playing the saxophone and you can literally see the air come out of the bell of the horn, and it's just
Mhm.
like that brightness of that flow of sound is just coming out of that,
You mean
bellowing
like our
out of that
background picture?
saxophone. Yeah, right. That shit is like, honestly, if he, because it is an anime, if we want to compare this, that is like fucking Goku doing his fucking Kaioken with a Kamehameha. That is the same equivalent as that. And if that doesn't make fucking sense, then don't see it. If that doesn't make sense to you, don't see that shit. Because if you know, if he's doing his Kaioken times 10 with the Kamehameha shit, then you know how powerful that is. So if you don't understand it, you don't need to see this movie. Sorry, not sorry. The
Okay, okay.
the big thing about this movie is that it was a dude who wanted to do something. He was upbeat about it and he did it.
He did it.
His improvisation to jazz was great. He knew what he was doing. I will say that the big thing about the piano player, because he was so classically trained and he knew how to write, he
Mhm.
couldn't, he wasn't able to unleash that improvisation. He wasn't able to do that. It was very mundane and very just to the book. But like I said, in this movie, you see a lot of different personalities. And the one thing that brings them all together is the feeling of jazz and how it makes them feel inside. And that's music in
Mhm.
general, right? That's music in general. But if I, like I said, if I listen to, if I listen to like, I don't know, because I can't sit here and say that a lot of artists now are like, going on, recording stuff and they're doing a lot of improv shit with, jazz music. Like I like a nice like Robert Glasper and stuff like that. But that movie was fucking great. That movie was spectacular. I don't see movies like that. You guys, I saw Oppenheimer this year. Me going to the movie theaters twice in a year is a really big achievement for me. Because
I mean, you're
like I
beating
said,
me, so
I don't go to movies. Before Oppenheimer, the last movie I saw in a theater was Black Klansman. Do you know how long ago that was?
Oh, that's a hot minute.
Yeah, that's like 2018. That's pre-COVID. That's like in COVID
The
years,
fuck?
that's like 20 years ago. So in COVID years, that's 20 years ago, right?
In COVID years.
So this movie, if I had to, like, I don't have a lot of movies to go based off on, but this movie right here is probably one of the best movies that I ever saw. My favorite movie, my favorite director is Wes Anderson. Favorite director, always has been. The first time
Okay.
I saw, and it's not like I like most of his movies, but I mostly like his his stop motion movies. So Fantastic Mr. Fox, The Isle of Dogs, and like I like the Royal Tenenbaums and stuff like that. But I like his claymation stuff because I think that shit is amazing. Um, yeah, so definitely a Wes Anderson. So me saying that this is probably the best, one of my favorite movies now, is a big deal, and it's just this movie was fucking great. I can't even. I can't even hold it. I can't even hold it. Like this movie was great. If you are a fan of jazz music, if you are a fan of like really good music, first I would recommend listening to the soundtrack because the soundtrack is great. And then I would recommend when you're able to see it, go see this movie because you will get the same appreciation for it that I did. They did the animation of it was just so great. The way that the music and the animation just flowed together when people were playing the instruments, the animation just flowed with that shit and it was fucking gorgeous. It was great. You guys will probably never see me get this detailed on a fucking movie.
Ever again.
Probably not.
So.
But this movie was great, right? Great fucking movie. And yeah, go see that shit if you're interested in it. It's good. It's really fucking good.
I think I
And
definitely have to check it
scene.
out. Because, like, a little fun fact for you guys, I played string bass for 4 years, so the whole jazz and classical thing, I can definitely relate to. And then when I was younger, where we used to stay, we had like a speaker, and my mom would play like it's like an overhead speaker, so you can hear it all through the plays. But like she'll play like jazz music like 24/7. So I definitely have to catch it when
And
I
I
can.
and I played the saxophone back in elementary school, middle school, and high school. I wasn't the best at it. I was okay. But I do know some motherfuckers that are like really good. I know some motherfuckers that are really fucking good. And yeah, but I've always loved the music. The music is the big the big thing that I really enjoy. I have a record collection. Most of my records are just it's jazz. Like from John to his wife to Alice Coltrane. Like I have a whole bunch of shit. So I enjoy it all. Definitely. But like I said, go see that shit if you want to when you're able to. Hopefully it's like on a Crunchyroll or like a Hulu or something. Who knows? But yeah, that movie was fucking great. It was good. It was really good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was good. Um so we're gonna review something else and
Ooh, okay, let's go.
so this oh man, I wish we can watch this shit while we talk about it. Can we?
Let's not do that. I'm not trying to get no copyright strike.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that. But anyway, we're talking about what is it? It was the video game house?
Gaming House 6.
Yeah. Gaming House 6 by RDC World. I've seen the rest of them, but this one was actually really funny to me. It was really fucking funny. And you might have to kind of remind me on some shit, but I think where we left off, where we come in on this one is Mario and Luigi. They know that their movie is like killing it, doing
Mm-mm,
numbers. What?
mm-mm. No. Let's roll it back. Roll
What?
it back. So before then, they got the asses beat. They got
Oh
handed
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
asses.
By the Sonic game. By
Yep,
the
by the Sonic
Sonic
game.
game. Yeah. Yeah. Because they brought in. Wait, was this? They brought in. Did they bring in Knuckles?
Yeah, they brought in Knuckles, and
Yeah.
Knuckles like knocked them both out.
Yeah.
And then like,
Yep.
so we start up at the beginning of the episode. Knuckles is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And they running around scared like Mario and Luigi. But Mario's like, nah, I'm not a punk.
Yeah.
And goes up to Knuckles. And Knuckles knocks him out
Knock
again.
that nigga out again. And let's also talk about, like I said, they are like on this high. Mario and Luigi are on this high because their movie is killing. Like the movie's killing. They're walking through the house, big money, big nigga shit. We out here doing that shit. What whatever the fuck it is, you already know. Like we out here, can nobody tell me fucking nothing, right? Nobody's telling me shit right now. But
Oh man.
Knuckles, this is the crazy part, right? Knuckles is a whole nigga. Literally, Knuckles is a whole nigga with hands. And if we think about it from the video game, it makes sense.
Ooh,
That
okay.
nigga, he is a whole nigga with hands, right? And Knuckles is like, nah, man, fuck the Mario Brothers, man. I knock them niggas out right now. Like, the fuck is up? So what do Mario and Luigi do? They go get Big Dude. They go get
DK.
Yep, Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong coming to this bitch, fucking demolish his knuckles.
He fucked
Right.
up the Sonic game. Oh my god,
What
it was
the best part?
hilarious.
The best part of this whole shit. So there's a fight between Knuckles and Donkey Kong. Everybody's watching this shit. The best shit of this whole shit, because we all forgot about this nigga. We all forgot about this nigga, right? And when I saw it, I was like, oh shit! I forgot about him. We forgot about they're fighting, and then we hear a gunshot. Who's holding the gun? Goddamn Shadow, nigga. Shadow is holding the gun. And Shadow is coming for no fucking games.
He's coming for blood.
No games. Shadow is like, y'all out here doing these fucking interviews, looking at cameras and shit. We out here, out here looking like some bitches. Looking like some.
And then like, no. You remember they were trying to get him to be like on the interview. He was like, no, I ain't doing no interview. Just stand in the corner, like, get the camera out my fucking face.
Yeah, I ain't doing no interview shit. Get that shit out my face. I ain't doing no interview shit. Fuck. So Shadow comes in, and you got to think, like, you got Tails, you got Knuckles, you have Sonic, and you have Shadow, right? Yeah. And let's really be real about this. This is a conversation that needs to be had. But if we really want to bring this down, like, to like a whole, I think we can all say that the whole Sonic gang, if it was like put, if it really happened, Sonic gang would definitely beat the fuck out of the whole like Mario team. Yeah. If you bring in Wario, you bring in what's his name? Waluigi, you bring in all them niggas, Toad and all them. Oh, they're the Sonic gang, and then we're not even talking about like Archie Sonic. Archie Sonic can't be stopped to know any fucking body. So yeah, they would get their ass kicked any fucking way. Yeah, but within, so Shadow's in there, they're coming up with a plan to try to get back to him. Mario and Luigi are wait, wasn't that the same episode where they were fighting like the Mortal Kombat dudes?
Yes, that is the same episode.
And so fucking, I think it's Mario is out there with Jin Kazama and then his father, right? Mm-hmm. And the Mortal Kombat is Scorpion and Sub-Zero, right? And Scorpion and Sub-Zero, within the new Mortal Kombat, if you haven't played it, you're able to have like almost like a partner to come in and like help, and they can fight with you while you're still hitting your opponent, right? So within this episode of this joint, that's what was happening. So they were like having these fights in the backyard, and Scorpion would be out, or Sub-Zero would be out there fighting, and the Scorpion would just come out of nowhere and just knock the nigga out real quick, and it'd be done. And I think they were fighting the dudes from Street Fighter. Mm-hmm. I think they were like Ryu and Ken, I think. So they were fighting that, and Jin and Kazama just like sitting there like, oh yeah, we gonna whoop his ass. I can turn into a devil. I can turn into Devil Jin. He was like, and Kazama's like, I can turn into a devil too. Fuck you mean? I can do that same shit that you can do, right? And they were like, yeah, but you ain't got no partner like that. And he was like, we had Tekken Tag Tournament. Really? Tekken Tag Tournament? It's not the same shit. You don't have Tekken Tag Tournament is not the same.
I'm mad you skipped over Steve coming in and taking up all the rent money.
Oh yeah. This nigga said, oh yeah, Steve is a trick. He gonna get his money either way. He's like, he gonna get his money. And Steve comes in with his hammer, with his axe, and he's just holding his hand out. Where's my money? I need my money. Who didn't have their money?
It was first. It was Harry Potter. Like, no, not the Hogwarts Legacy. They didn't have their money because all their money was tied up in DLCs.
Yep. Who else was it?
And then it was the Among Us guy.
Oh,
he was in the corner in the kitchen, and he was like, "Man."
Yeah,
he was like paid off, but it was like, "Damn, that's your last, ain't it?"
He's like, "That's all the money you got in it." He was like, "Man," and then I think was it who took care of Harry Potter? Was it damn, who paid for Harry Potter? Because he took the couch.
Hold on, no, it was Link. It was Link.
Yeah, Link came in with a whole bunch of money. It was like, "Hey man, here and take care of Harry. Take care of Potter too." He was like, "Thanks, man. You gonna pay me back though?" He's like, "Yeah." And when Harry couldn't pay, Steve came in and like made the couch disappear because he took his axe and like hit that shit and that shit disappeared. And when he got his money, he brought it back.
He brought it back.
That shit was crazy. That was a good part. And then, like I said, with the fighting, the Tekken Tag Tournament shit, and it was just wild. But then Mario and Luigi, they have a new house. They invite Pac-Man. Pac-Man, yo. Pac-Man. This is how Pac-Man is just like an OG, right? Pac-Man is just trying to be nice to everybody. He's trying to be so kind to everybody. He's just so fucking nice to everybody, right? In the house, right? And Pac-Man is just like, "Hey man, I seen that movie, man. You really doing big things, man. Really doing big things." Like he's just so upbeat and just like good spirited. So Mario and Luigi, they bought a mansion and they invite everybody over and they're showing them the house and everything. Everybody's like, "Man, this shit is dope. This shit is dope." The Sonic gang, they have a plan on how to get back at Mario, and Shadow is the one who's running it, right? So everybody's in the house, they planning, like everybody walking around. So they take them into the kitchen, and then they see some women at the pool.
No. You gotta roll it back because you gotta remember what her name, like is Amy, whatever.
Oh, Sonic saw her first. And he was like, "Amy, what the fuck you doing here? Mario invited me." What? Mario invited you?
I want to see the movie. He's like, the movie came out like 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, 2 months ago. The movie came out like 2 months ago. What are you talking about? He was like, "Yeah, but he said that we could watch it in this theater." And he was like, she was like, yeah, she was like, you over here for clout? No, I only go for rings. That is all. Like, she was like, I only go for the rings. Yeah, right? You clout chasing? He's like, "No, I just want the rings." So, and then Sonic is like pissed. Sonic's like, "Yo, I'm going to like fucking knock this dude the hell out. Like right now." So while Sonic is pissed, fucking everybody else is at the pool, and it's basically every game character's basically
love interest,
right, is there. So Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man is on the pool talking to Peach and all this shit, and Pac-Man is just like, "Mario, what the fuck?" He was like, he said, "Mario, what the fuck?" He said, what are you doing here?" He was like, "Mario invited me. He said that you knew about it." He was like, "For real, man?" And then what did he say? He was like, "Man, I was always uplifting you, man. I was always there for you, man. I was actually like, there for you during your whole come up, man." He was like, "Why would you do this?" And he was like, "Oh, for real? For real? So where were you when I was getting my ass beat by Knuckles, huh?" And he was like, that nigga was literally in the room eating. He was on the couch.
He was just like,
he was on the couch. He was like, "Yeah, man, I was eating." Yo, that shit was so crazy. But every woman was there. And Mario knew what the Mario and Luigi are just like in this whole parody that they got going on. Mario and Luigi are like the bad guys. Like they're going like he punched. Remember they were just standing still, and Mario just punched Tails. And he just
Poor little Tails.
he just punched that motherfucker out. He's like, oh my goodness.
Wait, but you got to remember who showed up. Who showed up at the pool party?
Who was it?
It was Shadow. With
Oh,
the
yeah, that's right.
You like, where DK at?
Yeah. That nigga, can you believe that motherfucker? The funniest shit is that he shot Tails and Tails' rings came out and he said, get the fuck up, nigga. Clean yourself up. Right? Shot, what did he do? Did he shoot Luigi or Mario?
Everybody dispersed. It was like,
but he shot Peach too, right?
Did he shoot Peach? I think
yes.
Hold on.
I think he shot Peach and that like took Mario like over the top. I'm pretty sure he did. I think he shot Peach. I'm really sure that he shot Peach. I think so. Did he shot Peach?
I didn't get to the part where he shot Tails. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait.
I think he shot her. And I think
he shot one of the girls. I'm trying to see which one.
Yeah. I know it was a Petness.
No. It was Peach.
Yeah, he shot Peach. Right? So
they don't show it.
Yeah.
But he was Peach. And then,
that motherfucker, he wasn't playing no games. He said, oh, I'm coming in here and I'm not playing games with you, Mario. You think this is a game. You think this is a fucking game. That nigga went on some DMX shit on him real quick. Like, you think this is a game? You think this is a fucking game? So that it honestly, for what it was, that shit was funny. And I don't know how long it would have to take people to write that, but to have that kind of creative shit to it would have to take a lot of time, because to get those people there at that same time, because the person that played Donkey Kong is like a big streamer, right? I don't know what his name is.
I don't know who he is, but I think so.
Yeah.
But likelihood, like when this came out, they probably did this during DreamCon, because that's when all the content creators are in that area where they're from. So
probably. Yep. And speaking of DreamCon, Lexy and I had this conversation that wasn't recorded, but I think we both came to the conclusion that we would. I don't think if we got invited to DreamCon, cool. But if I was like, oh man, I want to go, look, I'm not going. First of all, I'm not getting on no plane for no con. Right? That's just me.
I have no problem getting on the plane to go to a con. I just don't want to go to Dallas.
True.
And be in the heat. And already heard the stories. I'm just not.
What stories?
We'll talk about that later. I'm not doing it. So like that would be like, sure, if we got invited, cool. Which we'll probably never get to that level. So whatever. Cool. Yeah. But me paying my like money to go there, I'm not doing it.
That's crazy. But it like there are cons that I do want to go to. Like I have stuff that I have things that I want to go to next year, of course. New year. And I will be going to something in November here in North Carolina. So we'll see how that goes. It's the 10-year anniversary for it. They haven't had it in a couple of years, so I know it's probably going to be like a really, really big one. But God, man. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I want to bring up? Oh, I am if you follow the Instagram, I have been kind of, doing better with posting stuff, trying to just get stuff out there, try to get into this algorithm. Um, so try to get to this algorithm.
And you guys like know him, he's like like closest, the non-antisocial they come.
Yeah,
So like getting him to do this is a big thing. But yeah, definitely we're being more cognizant and consistent with our
yeah,
social media. So if you guys haven't, definitely look for a bio. It has all our socials there.
yeah,
Definitely we are starting to post like all of our content over to our YouTube channel as well. So if you guys haven't, definitely give us a subscribe there and like our videos, to push it to those YouTube algorithms as well. But
yeah.
that's all I
And
wanted to
then,
say.
I guess another thing is, I don't want to use the word rebranding, but um, be on the
We make some
lookout.
changes.
Yeah, be on the lookout for some new things for sure. We have some ideas that we want to do, and we kind of just want to make it a better experience and stuff. Look, we're already making a better experience because I got a new mic. So, and a new
Woohoo.
XLR cable, a little bit more better quality. Um,
He's older than me and
so
Mr. Fancy.
hey, I don't, I didn't want to. The funny thing is with this, on my old mic, the XLR would power it, but now I have to
Oh,
plug in the USB and
yeah.
have this also. I
And
was
I
like,
have it,
eh.
yeah.
But I mean, the mic is good, so I fucks with it heavy. Um, but yeah, like I said in the beginning, please, if you want to go see Blue Giant when it comes out or when it's like on a streaming service, watch it. You will not be disappointed. Like, you won't be disappointed. There is one other movie that I might see this year, and that's the new what is it called? The Heron. Uh, damn, it's the new Ghibli movie coming out.
I have no idea what the name is, but I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but it's a new Ghibli movie coming out, and I might go see that in theaters also. So yeah, like I said, we got some things playing. Like where we are, there's a this won't be till like next year, but there's a store that should have been down here a long fucking time ago.
We're getting a micro center, y'all. It's gonna be here
Yeah,
next year. It's still a
it,
2-hour drive for me, so he's
same.
all
It's
excited,
same for
but,
me.
like, it's still a 2-hour drive, and I could just go to
Yeah,
the one in Atlanta, so
but we needed this, and honestly, I wish it was like you know, not in fucking Charlotte, but we needed a micro center a long time ago. Once, because here in North Carolina, they had fucking like Tiger Directs and uh I can't even think of another store. Oh, there's a store here called Intrex. Very, very small computer parts store. Not really much of a computer parts store. But Micro Center is just it's gorgeous, man.
looks like he's over there having, like, daydreams about micro
Yeah,
center.
it's Micro Center is amazing. It's Jesus Christ. I cannot wait. And I hope they give out free shit because that's
Are you gonna sit in that line for free shit again?
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh.
You know what that
Shit.
means? I get a guaranteed place in line because I know he's gonna be there. I'll just anyway.
Don't look. I know it. Hey, we open in a week. Oh, for real? It looks like I'm spending my week in Charlotte, so I can be there. I take my work laptop with me,
So
have all
right?
my meetings. Shit. But yeah, new things coming soon, and yeah. Uh, do you have anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, thank you guys for supporting the podcast. We're still like figuring out stuff, but we appreciate you guys' feedback.
Yeah,
So definitely, if you guys haven't, definitely rate us on wherever you listen to us at, either that be Spotify, YouTube,
Apple Podcast.
Apple,
Mhm.
wherever. Like I said, we definitely want to hear you guys' feedback and you guys' opinions. But other than that, you guys, we'll see you guys next time.
All right, you guys. Thank you for listening. Bye.